Scientists just published a brain scan study that could rewrite how we understand ADHD types, and it found something no one fully expected. Researchers analyzed neural imaging from hundreds of children and adults and discovered that ADHD doesn't follow one path in the brain. It follows three completely distinct subtypes, each with its own brain signature, its own set of symptoms, and its own level of intensity. One of those subtypes is dramatically more intense than anything the current diagnostic system accounts for. And that might explain why so many people, especially women, have spent years being told their ADHD is not that bad. Their brains tell a completely different story. This is what the ADHD brain scan research actually found, and why it matters for your diagnosis right now. This isn't speculation. This isn't another think piece. This is published, peer-reviewed research using advanced brain imaging, and it shows something that psychiatrists and neurologists have long suspected but couldn't prove, that ADHD follows three completely distinct neural pathways in the brain. Three different roads, three different experiences, one outdated label. The researchers used high-resolution brain imaging to analyze neural activity patterns across a large group of people diagnosed with ADHD. What they found wasn't random variation. It was structured, three distinct subtypes, each with its own signature pattern in the brain. Think of it like this. We've been treating all ADHD like it's the same fire, but some people have a small campfire, others have a controlled burn. And then there's the third group, the one researchers say is significantly more intense than the others. That third subtype may explain why so many people with ADHD feel like standard treatments barely scratch the surface, like their brain is running on a completely different frequency. Let's break these down. The first subtype shows the mildest deviation from neurotypical brain activity. People in this group may have been the ones who slipped through the cracks. Their symptoms real, but subtle enough to be dismissed as laziness, stress, or anxiety. They're often the late diagnosed adults who spent years wondering why everything felt just a little harder than it should. The second subtype shows a clear but more structured pattern of neural difference. This is perhaps closest to what most people picture when they think of ADHD: consistent difficulty with attention regulation, impulse control, and working memory. Medication tends to show more predictable results here. And then there's the third subtype. This is the one that's turning heads in the medical community. The neural activity here is dramatically amplified. The brain is working on a completely different scale of intensity. People with this subtype often describe emotions that feel overwhelming, focus that swings between zero and complete hyperfocus, and a constant sense of mental noise that never stops. For this group, standard treatment protocols may have been wildly insufficient. Now here's where this discovery gets even more urgent. For decades, ADHD was considered a condition that primarily affected boys. Hyperactive boys, disruptive boys, boys who couldn't sit still. The diagnostic criteria were built on their presentations. But women and girls with ADHD often present differently. They internalize, they mask, they develop elaborate coping systems that hide their symptoms, often at a devastating personal cost. This new research on neural subtypes could be a turning point, because if there are distinct brain patterns that can be seen on a scan, then we no longer have to rely purely on behavioral checklists that were never designed with women in mind. A brain scan doesn't care if you seem fine on the outside, so what does this mean for you? In the short term, not much changes at the doctor's office. This research needs time to work its way into clinical guidelines. But here's why it matters right now. Validation. If you've ever felt like your ADHD was uniquely severe, uniquely exhausting, or uniquely misunderstood, this research says you were right. Advocacy. Bring this research to your doctor, ask about ADHD subtypes, push for a more thorough evaluation. And better questions. The more informed patients demand better answers, the faster medicine is forced to catch up. ADHD has been misunderstood for generations, misdiagnosed, undertreated, dismissed. And millions of people, especially women, have paid the price for a system built on incomplete data. This discovery doesn't fix that overnight, but it opens a door that's been locked for a very long time. If this video helped you understand something about yourself or someone you care about, share it. Subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the science. And drop a comment. I want to know, does the idea of 3 subtypes explain something about your own experience? ADHD isn't one thing. It never was. Now we have the proof.